Let's go to our next question. It's coming from our mailbag. Let's do it.
Okay, so this is coming from Sean from Wisconsin. What's up with JJ Watt's mitochondria and Scary R's tweets? So he's trying to make us into some sort of Sherlock Holmes, John. There's mystery behind these tweets, apparently.
JJ Watt is one of the smartest guys in all of sports when it comes to social media. That guy is always leaving the perfect tweet, the perfect comment that really, really gets people talking. And he's just continuing that path right now. Absolutely, positively brilliant of JJ to leave these things out there, get people wondering what's going on. You get people talking without ever having to say something. I mean, that is absolutely positively genius. You look at these two tweets, they mean absolutely nothing. I think they mean absolutely nothing. And I think that somehow he has gotten half of the sports world to talk about a mitochondria, which most people didn't even know what a mitochondria was up until 2 days ago. He got most of the sports world to talk about it and to speculate, oh, wow, he's going to go to Buffalo. Oh, wow, he's going to be in Green Bay. The idea of social media is to take over, and a lot of guys don't get this because they're on social media all the time. When you tweet all the time and you do something all the time on social media, all you're doing is diluting the power that you have. When you're somebody like JJ Watt, you throw out a comment here or there or a tweet here or there, it takes over a 24-hour news cycle. Like, what does this mean? What's going to happen now? This is a guy who's absolutely, I will say this, Lance, and then I'll let you take over. This is a guy who is absolutely positively loving free agency. All the attention that he's getting. I mean, I just saw a rumor posted, I think on Bleacher Report or something. I can't remember where I saw it now. It might have been on Twitter, saying that, offers are all the way up to $16 million for JJ Watt.
Wow.
JJ Watt is not a $16 million player. But he has somehow manipulated this entire situation by asking for his release from the Texans early, getting that release, and allowing himself to go out there and really get his name out there before anybody else. There are going to be a lot of cap casualties and some big names, maybe even names that rival J.J. Watt. But J.J. Watt was smart enough to get himself out there early and create a frenzy and a market to get that guy. It's absolutely brilliant, in my opinion. What does it mean? I have no idea. But is it cool? Hell yeah. It's a lesson for everybody on how to use social media to move forward in whatever you want to do. What do you think?
So another case of the NFL not leaving the news cycle, even though we were weeks away from Super Bowl 55. We're still talking NFL deep into February and coming into March with just one tweet. That is one line. So funny that there are articles in the internet that compiles the so-called the Sherlock Holmes, the so-called investigative whatnots that somehow replied to his mitochondria tweet, wherein they're saying that there's C in mitochondria, so he might be going to Cleveland, and there's mitochondria in cheese, so he might be going to Wisconsin. Right. So all of these comical responses boils down to the fact that JJ Watt gets talked about and the NFL remains in the news just because of that tweet. So what if he really just learned about the mitochondria by watching a documentary on Netflix or something, and then he just tweeted it out because he was so amazed with how small a mitochondria is, being the power of a cell. And of course, it wouldn't stop the Sherlock Holmes of the world to try to digest or read between the lines of what he is trying to say. So it's a masterful job by JJ Watt. As early as he announced that he was being let go by the Texans, he had some classic tweets like the DoorDash tweet, wherein he takes him 1 hour to thumb through DoorDash, what more free agency, and the free agency is wild tweet. So he can frame all of these tweets because they're all gold, they're all classic. And it goes to show that JJ Watt really is a cerebral person, that even his tweets go through a thorough thought process.
Yeah, if I had to guess, I think JJ Watt made $17 million last year. He's probably got a team that does this for him. So, and that team understands that, number one, controversy is king. And number two, no publicity is bad publicity. So as long as they're talking about you, especially when you're on the market right now, Like you're literally on the market right now. People are trying to decide your value. Well, the more people talk about you, the higher your value is. And that's really how simple it is. As long as they're not saying that you're doing bad things, committing crimes, hurting children, doing drugs, the more people that talk about you, the higher your value is. JJ Watt actually